We are following some breaking news from the Trump campaign. Chairman Paul Manafort has resigned. CBS News senior political editor Steve Chaggaris joins us now from Washington. So, Steve, AP reports that Manafort helped a Ukrainian political party secretly send more than $2 million. That's certainly been a scandal that has been brewing. But when we heard that he had promoted one staff member, Kellyanne Conway, and hired Steve Bannon, there was a lot of talk that what's going to happen to him is what happened to his prior, to Corey Lewandowski. And it seems like that prediction has come true.
Yeah, we've seen this play out before the exact same way with Corey Lewandowski. It was very clear that Manafort had been basically shoved to the background with these new hires. So it was really a matter of time when this was going to happen. Of course, it doesn't help that every day somebody's putting out a new story about Manafort's connections to the Ukraine and what he did was illegal. So now you lose that distraction. Now now he moves on and does what he needs to do, and Trump has got his new team in place and continues on with his campaign. So I think it's probably best for both at this point for this to happen now.
You know, I was just reading sort of an article in the Washington Post when Manafort was hired as the campaign chairman, and in it, the writer says, hey, in many ways, Manafort is a natural choice for Trump. He certainly is a character that is outside of the mainstream in a way. What went wrong with this pairing?
Well, what was really important at the time that they brought Manafort aboard was that they needed some professionalism in their campaign. It was Corey Lewandowski, who had never run a presidential campaign before, and they were trying to transition from the primaries to the general election. They needed to build an organization. They needed to build a fundraising system because they knew that Trump was not going to self-fund in the general election. And Lewandowski was really, he had none of that experience. Manafort also was brought on to help with the convention and deal with delegates. Remember, at the time that Manafort came aboard, there was a lot of discussion about whether there was going to be a contested convention or a brokered convention. And so Manafort was brought aboard to help deal with the delegates at the convention as well. So he brought on somebody who had decades of experience dealing with Republican politics to help wade through those waters. And then clearly with these new poll numbers showing Trump losing or significantly falling behind Hillary Clinton, they needed another pivot, and Manafort, they feel, is not the guy, and they've hired these other two folks, Kellyanne Conway and Steve Bannon, to move him toward November, and they don't really need Manafort's help anymore, at least the kind of help he was bringing aboard the last few months.
Yeah, based on the speech that we heard last night, which I think there was definitely a difference in tone, something we haven't heard from him before, you don't see Manafort okaying a speech like that.
Well, it's interesting because when Manafort really started to put his fingerprints on the campaign, you did see Trump start to read off teleprompter, doing more policy-related speeches. But the problem was, at least per our reporting, that Trump lost confidence in Manafort. He didn't see eye to eye with Manafort on strategy. And so I think that's sort of what turned out was Trump really sort of flailing over the last few weeks and going off message and really doing whatever he wanted to do. And you saw the trouble he got into, at least messaging-wise, over the last few weeks. And so I think what we've seen in the last couple of days is he's now listening to his new advisors. The question is, as we've seen over the last year, will he stay on script? Will he stay disciplined with this new advice? That's the big question.